folks? David Hubbell here, and it's Saturday, September 24th. And I'm coming to you from the beautiful Mirliton Man Cave located here in West Mobile in the heart of the Louisiana Embassy. And it's time for our weekly update. Today is the second week of the 2022 fall Mirliton season. And we're going to look and see what's happening. It's been pretty dry this week, although we have a projected hurricane out on the Gulf Coast that might make it here by late next week, but it may be staying in Florida. So let's stay tuned and let's see what we got. Hey, before we go on, please do me a favor and subscribe to the David Hubbell YouTube channel so you can get updates on all the Mirliton videos that I put out, as well as any cooking videos. Also click that bell so you'll be alerted to whenever they come out.
This would have been the week that so this week is the week that we hit the September 21st date that we always reference as when we start seeing flowering along the Gulf Coast. And as you know, if you've been following this video on our Facebook page, that we have been seeing flowers here in South Alabama and the New Orleans area, and even I think toward Lafayette some over the last week or two. So we're kind of actually a little bit ahead of schedule. Now it looks like a lot of our Texas growers and maybe more central growers haven't seen them yet. So we're not sure whether that's indicative of just the location or the climates. But anyway, you should start seeing these this week if you haven't already. And right now, as you can tell, it's just simply, it still remains to be the buds here. These are most of the male blooms that I'm seeing, but I do have a few females that have persisted. Now, I'm not sure whether or not some of the issues with just seeing the male buds and not the flowers has to do maybe with the heat. We had a cool week the week before last, but this past week we've had cool mornings, but had afternoon highs in the 90s. As you can also see, the insect issues are still a little bit of a problem. Not to the point that I'm worried that they're going to affect production. It's just that you can see that it's pretty prevalent still with these Mexican beetles. I don't know also whether the lack of rain, it's been dry, has caused an issue. Oh, look at here. This is a perfect example of these little problem children, literally. I'm not sure if I've got a good vacuum cleaner system. I just have to grab a quick towel and squish them. Juvenile leaf-footed stink bugs. Bane of many southern gardeners' existence between tomatoes and Mirlitons. Now what they'll do with the Mirlitons, as you might be able to see, these tender young flowers they may get into cause a little damage, but once the Mirliton is actually grown and established, the outside surface is pretty hard, and so they really don't seem to harm the maturing fruit, but it's kind of in this early stage here with the flowers that it can be a bit of a problem. I don't think I've seen so many clustered in a row. Otherwise, you can see the plant still continues to thrive out here in West Mobile. I'm probably going to do a little reading up on figuring out why the male flowers aren't really coming on yet or opening up. I'm not sure if it's anything I really need to be worried about. Maybe it's a lack of moisture. Not aware of any nutrients that it's deficient in. But as you can see, I've got quite a few, several dozen females. I seem to think I had a problem with my squash earlier this year. I don't think I had gotten quite as high yields as I had hoped to. And I'm not sure if that's due to lack of male flowers early on. I don't know if there'd be something in the ecosystem here causing issues or what. As you can see, as I showed earlier this year, if you watch some of those other videos, you know, as the plant continues to go along, you got a lot of dead growth that'll continue to accumulate underneath. Like I said earlier, just a circle of life. But I'm not really noticing anything of extraordinary on this side either, although there's a pretty good size vine coming up out of there. So that's pretty impressive. So I'm going to do a little research this week and see if I can figure out why or what causes the male flowers to be hesitant. Maybe I'm just impatient because I've already seen them for a couple of weeks. Maybe it's just that time of the year where they still have to go through a little bit of a cooling cycle to trigger it. Or maybe it's just simply, I know the light's changed, it's getting darker earlier, and so that helps the flowering, as we talked about earlier. It's photoperiodic, so that helps it start producing the blooms. But I'm not sure whether, or the buds, but I'm not sure why the blooms haven't really come on yet. So my goal for this week is to do a little reading on that, and I'll probably definitely give it some water. The plant's not doing too bad, but since it's been over a week since I've had a good rain, like I advise a lot of people on the Facebook page, I'll probably give it a good watering. Don't know whether I'll hit it again with any more bloom-based fertilizer, but we'll see. But that's really my plan, and just to kind of keep it in check again. If I need to pull the vine back some, that's probably what I'll do. Hopefully next week when I report, we'll see more actual male blooms. They're like on the verge, like I said, but hopefully I can either figure out what to do to prompt them, or figure out why they're not, why they're deficient. And maybe once again, it may not be anything to be worried about, but we'll find out. I'll let you know.
So if this video has been helpful to you, please share with all your Mirliton loving friends. Also, be sure to check out mirliton.org, mirliton.org, as well as our Facebook page under the same name. Also, please check out Mirliton Man in Mobile. And don't forget, if you have any questions, drop them in the comments section below or send them to me at rpcajun2r@gmail.com. Thanks, and I'll see you next week.